Welcome back. Still waiting on stuff for the front axle. Some stuff getting machined. I got to order some parts, but I thought as long as I was ordering parts, I'm going to pull the PTO unit and get that disassembled and see if there's anything out of the ordinary it needs. I've already got all the seals for it, but if the clutch packs are bad or anything else looks out of joint, now's the time to do it. So I need to get hydraulic remotes out of the way, that bracket out of there. I'm going to pull the drawbar out. That just makes it easier. Take this top cylinder or the top link anchor off, and it's going to get replaced because it got broke and welded back together, and I've got another one, so we're not going to put that ugly thing back on there. So let's get at it. We'll go down and get that drawbar out. Not too tough. Alan was already kind enough to drain the rear end for me. Hey, there's that spring I was looking for. There's just a plate on here. 3/8 bolts, 9/16 wrench. If you happen to oh, it's dark under here. Yeah, I should have brought a light. Oh well. These sway blocks don't have to come off to do the PTO unit. I'm just doing it because it'll make it easier to get them cleaned up for paint. So look how much grease and dirt's on the back side there. Something that seems like I've gotten a few questions on lately, and it's cropping up. These things seem to go in streaks, but if you got a large frame 55 series with this hydraulic PTO and this valve here, it would be the same for 2105, 285. Sometimes you get to where you move the lever in the console up there, and it don't act like it will quite wants to engage or disengage. One thing to check before you get tearing too far into stuff is there's normally a cap over this, and it's common for there to be grease packed in there, keep stuff from corroding. But this is, your linkage comes down to this arm here and moves that arm in the inside, which moves this valve spool up and down to engage and disengage it. Without the tractor running, it is designed to do what it's doing now, return back down to the bottom, which is the brake position, as a safety feature. But what can happen on these is this roll pin here can get worn in its hole, or just the roll pin itself, and that creates a lot of extra slop. then you don't have enough travel. The other thing is on the end of it here is a pin that goes through the edge of the spool and moves it up and down. And that pin can get loose or worn, and all that wear can add up, and then all of a sudden you don't have enough travel. So an easy way to check it is just disconnect your linkage here, put like a crescent wrench on this, or if you can even do it by hand, and then pull it up and engage it. Because let's see, yeah, there's brake, neutral, and it doesn't like staying on without the tractor running hydraulic pressure. But if you can get it to fully engage that way, then probably that's your problem. This housing has a hole drilled in the bottom, partially for drainage, but also to let that roll pin drive on down through. Drive that through, pull the arm out, then you can pull this arm out and check and see how the pin is there. And might be just something as simple as that. Definitely worth checking before you start tearing a whole unit apart, because it ain't working like it's supposed to. Let's see, got to get this is the line that ties the two fender tanks together. That's going to be in a way. I'll just take these two bolts. Here's another thing you'll see. Early 55 series have 3/8 bolts like the 50 series, and at some point they increased to 1/2 inch bolts. I honestly don't know why. I had never heard of there being any trouble. But so if you're ever wanting to do a hydraulic housing, swap them out for some reason. That's something to watch out for. Also, there's a different pan gasket because the holes are bigger. So just something to keep an eye on. If you're doing just a PTO, this top line, it just returns the reservoir for when clutch packs or the brake release. The oil's got to go somewhere. So, wrong end. Generally, if your hydraulics are where they're supposed to be, the oil level is up in here somewhere. So I just loosen this top end, disconnect the bottom end, and then just swing it up so this end is above the oil line. Tighten that end back down, and then it won't leak on you. Who knows how much oil is in there? It's definitely not high enough to touch the stick. I'll get some caps to put on these lines. Don't need to get dirt in them. That should be all the bolts. Should just fall off now. Other than dowel pin down here and dowel pin up there. I've already got the long shaft out. So there's another video for that. If you want to learn how to do that, I use these two bolt holes up here for attaching a chain to. So I guess I need to roll the A-frame around. So I got something to lift this baby out with. Got it. some sludge in the bottom. We'll try to get that cleaned out. But overall, both gear teeth look good, at least what I'm seeing. Differential ring gear teeth look good. The chain's still on the lube pump. Stuff we'll get to in a while. Well, I've done this video before, but I figure we'll record it again. Maybe I'll cover something I forgot the last time, or make a fool of myself this time. I'm trying to get this snap ring out. There we go. Don't need that shooting in my face, my eye. Take that thing out. Now we need the special compressor tool and the snap ring pliers. I think I missed recording getting the snap ring out of the inside there. And possibly even the special tool is right there. Let go. There it goes. That feels good. These are looking really good. Well, maybe, maybe not. And then we got smoked ones. That one's warped. I'm glad I pulled it out. That one's rusty. That one's rusty. Yeah, that one is done for. Ting, 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 ting. This is a separator. Yeah, it's probably shot. It's looking a little dish shaped. That's good on one side, but not on the other. I don't know. I doubt it's usable. Is that questionable? We don't need it. That disc is just rusty. That one is shot. Friction material is almost entirely gone. It's warped. We might be looking at a whole new clutch pack. Yeah, that's got a lot of material missing on that side there. That one's junk. This one feels... I guess not. It's got some rust on it. It looks fairly straight, but they all have some rust on them. There's one disc that looks really good. I'll probably want to check the PTO clutch pressure when I do get her running. That's the downside of painting them without having them running. I'm gonna have to crack open some paint to do some testing, but I guess that's why we touch up. Yeah. think I've got, well, that one don't look none too hot. I might have some clutch discs from a parts PTO unit as well. That one's the thicker one, but it looks to be in good shape. And the, what do you call it? Plungery thingy. All right, we'll get this drum off and see how the PTO drum brake looks. The way that's recessed down in there, both my snap ring pliers are a little bit fat to fit in there. I might have to try to finagle it with a screwdriver. Oh, I had it, almost. Wow. I don't remember the last one being this tough. There. Wow. That one was a fighter. Still ain't all the way out. I can get it with the snap ring pliers now. A little bit of rusty, grimy on the back of the drum there, but I think it will clean up all right. The brake looks good. That's good. Hope I remember how this all goes together. If you have one seize up, sometimes it can be this bearing if it gets dry, which it's pressure lube, but it'll weld itself and things all want to not stop turning, I think. I don't know, it's not good. This washer should come right out, but it's being held in with suction from the oil, which thank goodness it has oil, so it's not rusty like some of the parts. Oh, let's turn it on its side so gravity ain't working against us. There. That's both brake pistons. Blow a little air through there. It should pop the most of the way. There, that's better. Take these bolts off, pull this casting up. Oh yeah, the shift rail is still in place. A little bit of rust on the teeth there. Now this one should come out. Boop. That doesn't usually happen. I guess it's normally captured. The top cover keeps it from coming off. I do believe this is once again the same shift collar as what's in the transfer case. Shift rail. That's gotten some hunt and peck tightening down. We'll clean that up. This part should have been under oil, and it looks like it. It's in good shape. No rust. And a little bit on the teeth right there, but that part was probably above. Snap ring in the middle here for the plunger seal for the interlock. That shouldn't be too. I just need to knock these two seals out, and I'm going to take the control valve off so I can start cleaning things up. And I might go ahead and disassemble that just so we can see what's all in there. Time to wash. Now that I've got this out, looky there. We have a broken off bolt. So we're going to try to remedy that. I was going to take the lower arms out, and I still will. But I thought if I had get this out of the way and maybe that off, kind of from sticking my finger in there, it feels like there might be a little bit of the bolt sticking out I can grab onto. So I'm going to get the drawbar off and eventually that. But I've already chased the hole here, these dowel pins that help reinforce it. 1/2 inch fine thread. Going to make a puller out of just a bolt and get them babies out of there. See if I can find a good place for the camera. Nothing too complicated. Some kind of spacer that'll go over the dowel. And I might have to get some more washers or something. This bolt's going to probably bottom out before I get very far. The bolt should pull the pin out. I think it's going. Now I wonder if I'm turning the pin. Well, that come loose easy enough. Looks like it come out a little bit. Put another spacer in there. Will the bolt reach? Not quite. Now let's try throwing the washers back on. There she goes. 1 down. 3 to go. Dowels are all out. Now to get the bolts out. Now for the part where I get my toes out of the way. Well, it looks like it's time to, I tried hitting it with a punch and twisting it out. Sometimes you get lucky that way. Not this time. Now it's time for the left-handed drill bit. It might be a hair low. Boy, did I end up being way off center on that one. Grab on, darn you. Come on. Don't need a broken drill bit in there either. There she goes. Well, I can do the happy dance. And I did it with a crescent wrench. Yeah, I was definitely off center. Good thing it's such a fat bolt. Ooh, almost got to the thread by the time I got to the other end. Off center and crooked. But the end result is the same. It's the good end result. Awesome.